Mroz benefiting from the walk-away by Jeff Tarango on Saturday. He is ranked 117th in the world and is considered at best a long shot to upset Agassi today.
39.
From Cologne in Germany, 30 years of age. They've met once before, but that was a long time ago, 7 years ago on clay in Boston, where Agassi won in 3. So under 500 for the year is Mroz. This is a happy occasion for him to be at center court on the second Monday of Wimbledon.
And those 7 wins for the year include 3 here, so hardly earth-shattering record in 1995.
13-15.
Best known as Steffi Graf's ex-boyfriend, which is not a title you want if you're a male tennis player, though I'm sure there will be a lot of players that would be thrilled with that. See his wins early in this tournament. Kenneth Carlsen was his big win. Good grass court player from Denmark in 5 sets, and then, of course, Jeff Tarango.
At 30, he's never won a pro title. Agassi with 27, including his Wimbledon championship 3 years ago.
Classic Agassi two-handed backhand. Dick Mroz has never won a title on the main ATP circuit. He has won challenger type events, satellite type circuit, which don't carry the points or the prestige of the main tour. It's like winning tournaments in the minor leagues.
14-30.
Third ace for Mroz gives him game point at 2-5.
He also has a win over John McEnroe, which I didn't really want to bring up. So he has some talent. He's flashy. He's got some nice strokes. He's capable of a big win, but don't think you're going to see it today.
Game on.
Oh, Agassi now will serve for the first set at 5-3.
Agassi leads by 5 games to 3.
I was about to play Mroz in the 1991 Chicago event. He pulled out, claimed it was an injury. I said, see, the guy's afraid to play me, and 6 months later beat me at the end of the year. His best chance here may have been being up love 40 the first game. Came out hitting the ball very cleanly. Wasn't able to capitalize, however. Now down 5-3 in the first set.
Well done. He had Agassi in early trouble in the first game.
Well, this is Alexander Mronz's best shot, that forehand. A lot of power. Can hit it any way he'd like. First to play on the faster surfaces.
Agassi was love 40 in his opening game to start the match and dug his way out to hold and then broke Mroz in the 6th game.
15 all.
Let's take a look at the #1 seed, #1 in the world.
25 years old. He's been around a long time. Great singles record, 1995. Already over $1 million for the year. We're not even halfway through yet. And other than that match the other day with David Wheaton, no problems whatsoever. Patrick McEnroe had a mini chance up 1-love in the first. And that's Mronz's other problem, his tendency to be inconsistent. He opens up his body a little bit too early on that forehand sometimes. Makes some unforced errors that he cannot afford today against Agassi.
His first set point. Well, we've seen that before.
He shakes his head and says, why can't I hit that forehand all the time? It's 2 forehand winners up the line this game. Watch his reaction here. And that's what I would try to do against Agassi. If people were asking me how to play Andre Agassi, try to hit that ball short, especially on the forehand side. Force him to come up with a heavy topspin shot that won't have the power on it, and he has a tendency to try to overhit that ball. It's a risky shot to try if you don't hit it right, however. The other shot that's let Mroz down in this first set, that chip approach shot. He's missed about 4 or 5 of those on fairly big points. A couple in the first game. He's got to make Agassi hit the winner there.
Set point 3 for Andre Agassi.
He's got to tell himself to play that ball a little bit safer. So in case he chokes like he did there, it'll still go over the net.
And the number 1 seed owns the first set against Alexander Mroz.
Andre's return to serve is probably the best in tennis.
Often, Pete is just untouchable.
And Andre is such a unique figure.
Yeah, you like that. Pete, well, Pete is the kind of guy you'd bring home to mom.
No, that's going to cost you.
Welcome back to Wimbledon. Andre Agassi, the first set safely tucked away against Alexander Mroz. Let's move out to court. Now back to center court as we swing around the All England club today. Andre Agassi continuing in the second set against Alexander Mroz, and has already broken Mroz up a set, up a break. Broke him at love in the first game of this second set. It's wide.
14-15.
Basically, that first couple games, Agassi's just stepped up the pressure a little bit. Mroz starting to feel the pressure and realize where he is. Center court of Wimbledon in the round of 16. It will most likely prove to be an overwhelming task. Hasn't played badly. It's just that Agassi is just in a different class. And he wasn't able to take advantage of that early chance.
Game rolling.
Mroz holds. Agassi leads by a set and a break. 2-1 in the second.
Tonight, it's a full hour of The Fresh Prince. And for the first time ever, Michael Jackson's new video, Childhood, only on NBC tonight.
Over 1,000 cars, trucks, and vans are all red tagged round the clock at Clear Lake Dodge. Hey, folks, I'm Tom Parker. We're staying open nonstop until midnight this 4th of July. Now, talk about great savings on used cars. 1994 Dodge Shadows at only $89.88. 94 Nissan Sentrans at $10,988. 1994 Ford Tempos at $99.88. Hyundai Excels at $89.88. Or 1995 Dodge Intrepids, only $14,988. Round the clock through this 4th of July at Clear Lake Dodge.
This is a deep clean. Something most teeth have never felt. Something you can feel now. Introducing Colgate Baking Soda and Peroxide with Tartar Control. Feel the deep clean of baking soda, peroxide, and tartar control tingling deep in tiny crevices, between teeth, and along the gum line. You and your dentist will agree. It's a deep clean that's truly monumental. New Colgate Baking Soda and Peroxide. Feel the Colgate Deep Clean.
He says his provocative young girlfriend is too sexy next Jenny Jones.
You're watching the championships, Wimbledon, on NBC.
Brooke Shields, her interest in tennis goes much farther than her current love affair with Andre Agassi. Her grandfather, Frank Shields, was a finalist at Wimbledon back in the 30s. '25-year-old Agassi serving with a lead. 2-1 in the second. Won the opening set 6-3.
And that's the shot that Agassi has problems with, that low forehand. He's a little indecisive about whether to stay back and come in. And he's clearly more comfortable staying back, even on this fast grass court surface. Mroz would do well to try to entice him with that ball. Confuse him about whether to stay back or come in.
Caught the center line with that, sir. And it was deposited right in the umpire's chair. Very softly, we might add, the ball landing in the lap of Kim Craven, an English umpire. Will that make the shot of the day?
Well, that's a good idea by Mroz. Agassi too good with the execution on the topspin lob. He's got to try to put a little bit more on it, though. That approach shot gave Agassi too much time to think about what he wanted to do.
Delicious hitting from the baseline by Agassi.
Well, you see Mroz just smiling, saying, well, I played a good point. It's the best I could do, and this was just too good.
Agassi serving 68%, John McEnroe. Tough to beat then.
You notice there, he handles that short ball off the backhand better than he does off the forehand. He can cup that backhand, hold it. Well, just guide it or hit it a little bit hard. That was a pretty hard hit ball considering how low it was. It's amazing how composed he is from the baseline, staying back on grass. That was unheard of before he started doing this. It was occasionally you see with Connor, but even Connor started serving and coming in more often. Bjorn Borg developed a big first serve. So this is very unusual to see a server stay back on his first and second serve all the time in the men's game.
And he stunned the tennis world. They all were predicting he'd win his first Grand Slam on clay, and then they thought, well, the U.S. or Australia, not Wimbledon, but that's where the initial Grand Slam win came for Agassi here 3 years ago. And John, as the courts get more and more worn and less grassed, it plays more like a packed dirt court. And Andre said he liked that at the end of Wimbledon.
Well, he'd like that aspect of it. He won't like the bad bounces that are going to come up more frequently, especially towards the end of the week if he's playing some of those big bombers. Pete Sampras, and Goran Ivanisevic. Even Boris Becker would give him more trouble. Depending, of course, on how difficult the road they have leading to that point. I still don't see Becker beating Agassi. Agassi's beaten Becker 8 straight times now, I believe. So that would be a real surprise at this point in their respective careers. Both great careers, obviously.
Becker playing the big 6'8" Dick Norman, the Belgian, today, later. And a good service game for Mroz.
Ah, the joys of a minivan. That big sliding door, the heavy removable third seat, and those rear windows that don't roll down. Oh, what could be better? Introducing Odyssey. With 4 doors and an easy fold-away rear seat. It's not just a minivan, it's a Honda.
A guide to English royalty at Wimbledon. The palace, the aristocracy, the throne. The Queen. The King. The style, the elegance, the crown. The Wimbledon collection by Racket Club in the finest stores throughout America.
So, is everybody using Duracell sell batteries.
You kidding? The second I heard you can't buy a longer-lasting battery, I bought the family a whole case.
Reminds me of the first time we tried Duracell batteries. We were living in Tulsa with your great Aunt Emma. We shared a one-room apartment.
Herb, did you slip her one of those other kinds of batteries?
Me?
You can't top the copper top.
If heartburn shows up when you lie down, it may not be just heartburn. It may be something different. Doctors call it acid reflux, and you need something different. You need regular Gaviscon. Only Gaviscon forms a protective barrier that helps keep stomach acid down, where it belongs. Mylanta can't. Regular Maalox can't. Gaviscon is the only medicine you can buy without a prescription that can. So to help stop reflux pain from acting up when you lie down, get Gaviscon. It's different from here all the way to here.
Now a private moment at home with the Lawrence brothers.
Hey, guys. Hey, so did you find out when our new show's gonna be on? Yes, we are on after Friends. Oh, that's great. Yeah, 3 days after Friends.
That's Sunday. 3 days after Friends is Sunday on NBC. The Lawrence brothers star in Brotherly Love this fall.
Let's take a look again at this point as Mroz has trouble, and it just ever so gently Kim Craven handles it. That was 2 games ago, and this is the last point of this previous game, and it's Agassi with a foul. Hey, sign him up. Craven, Golden Glove Award. And Mroz, who had an extra ball, said, "You're doing such a good job. Here's another." Well done.
Well, the good news for Mroz, at least he's enjoying himself out there. And that counts for something. That's going to take the pressure off. He didn't like that call too much, but playing the best I think he's capable of playing. Once again, Agassi hitting a line.
30 long.
Dick, I'd say now he's picked up the pace of his shots. Andre, it's probably 15-20% since early in this match. Really hitting the ball cleanly.
Point from 4-2.
Mroz got a break here. We see Agassi setting himself up for this forehand winner down the line. Clips the net. Agassi in between the service line and the baseline. Not where you want to be on grass courts.
There's that classic striking the ball so early. No chance for Mroz. It's 4-2. And a reminder, Rolex, the official timepiece of the championships for 17 years, is truly a Wimbledon tradition.
Well, he chipped in charge a couple games ago in Agassi serve, and I said he's got to put a little bit more zip on it, and he did that time. But Agassi still hit the winner. Mroz must be wondering now, what can I do to get myself back in this match? And the likelihood is small that Agassi's going to walk off the court here, like Jeff Tarango did a couple days ago, so he won't get that worse as we see his 5th ace.
The sad part for Tarango, well, there are many issues you could deal with there, but one would be many felt that he could have rallied and beaten Mroz, and here he would have had a chance, Jeff Tarango, to be on center court on this Monday against Agassi. But DQ'd himself.
Dream for any player to be on the center court at Wimbledon. Very fortunate he wasn't suspended. Telephone.
Someone's cellular is ringing and behind the umpire's chair. Mroz is in his 13th Grand Slam event. It's the first time he's made it to the 4th round. acknowledging he did get a little extra help. It's good.
13-15.
Oh, he was clearly capable of beating Jeff Durango. He did win the first set in the tiebreaker, was up 2-1 in the second, so it's not going to be a big surprise had it happened anyway.
First service.
Another player playing on the outside courts, the graveyard court, as we call it, court 2, is that Becker-Norman match we talked about. That ought to be interesting, especially on that court.
Yeah, that rings of...
That's some bad experiences there,
Kevin Curran and Connors. Remember, Curran, a big guy with a big serve, and when he was hot. Yeah, as Norman said, good. Becker could have his hands full later.
And Norman has had 2 wins over Wimbledon champions, Ed Berg and Pat Cash, in this event already.
Game to Mroz. Agassi leads 4-3 and up a set.
So, I suppose you'll be having big sweet up in this room for the limbs next.
Oh, with this little fella, I wouldn't have to call the cream me aunt. Having another speaking food. Can I play CDs? Prince, and that's without going within a bush or the hole in the wall.
Miss Machine, she must have been behind the door and dead.
And with the video capture capability to make it cat party. It's not the right picture. Ask me myself and sat down and occupied the way.
Do something. You guys are having spaghetti for dinner? Thank you.
Life moves pretty fast. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, stop. Look around. This is the good stuff. This is the fabric of our lives. This is cotton.
I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, I took the high endurance challenge from Old Spice because I didn't really think it could work better than my old deodorant, but it does. It evaporates less quickly, it also lasts longer, protects better. Try it. If you don't think it's the best, call 1-800-PROVE-IT and they'll buy you a stick of yours. So if you still think every deodorant works the same, take the high endurance challenge from Old Spice because now you got proof, guaranteed.
Can a Tic Tac make it easier for people to talk to one another? Definitely. Because now when you buy Tic Tac, you can instantly win up to 1.5 years of free phone calls. So look for specially marked packs, and you may be able to communicate the way you've always wanted to, for free.
Here's the real beauty of Rust-Oleum protective coatings. A tough barrier against the elements. Rust-Oleum. The name that means protection.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. 3 Lawrence brothers in one show. Just imagine that.
Andy Lawrence is riddled with excitement in a new comedy this fall.
What do you think of that? How about this?
Brotherly Love. Coming to NBC Sundays.
Hiya.
Flashing back. Match point.
Game.
Agassi defeating Goran Ivanisevic in that glorious moment that you know so well, John McEnroe. Brad Gilbert, the new coach, 3 years ago was Nick Bollettieri in that seat as the coach of Agassi. They seem to have a good relationship, Gilbert and Andre.
Well, their results speak for themselves. Since Gilbert come on board, Agassi has been a different player. 2 majors under his belt since that time. I believe February of last year, at Key Biscayne.
Ooh, just long.
15 left.
Well, Mroz was overeager there. He jumped at that volley before it even came to him. He thought this ball was going to be hit harder, and it surprised him.
15 all.
Agassi winning the Open and then the Australian Open, and then had a run of Grand Slam wins until Evgeny Kafelnikov defeated him in the 4th round at the French. He's won now 21 of 22 Grand Slam matches.
And by the way, Kafelnikov, the first man in the quarterfinals with an easy win over Aaron Krickstein. A nice touch there by the German. Seems to be a little bit more comfortable coming to net.
15-30.
Got down nicely for that, and no chance for Agassi. There's a little bit of a chance for Mroz to get himself back in this match. And that's what separates the good from the great, playing the big points. Mroz needed to do a lot better on that point than he did there. That was...
Well, just what he said.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Good play by Mroz there.
And with it, a break point.
Well, he struggled early in the match with that slice approach up, but now he's in it better. A little bit more pace, nice and deep. And he picked the right shot there, that drop volley, especially effective on these grass courts where it's not going to bounce that high.
Point for 4-all.
Especially close to net, because that's where the players don't run around so much, so it's going to be less firm there. Second serve ace.
Big slice down the middle.
Well, he sure liked this. Went up after that ball nicely, got it well into the air for that second serve.
Third ace for Agassi.
You want to hit that serve when it's not going up any further, and it's just not even started to come down, and that's what Agassi did there.
Advantage, Agassi.
It's 5-3. Evgeny Kafelnikov, as John McEnroe mentioned, has defeated Aaron Krickstein of the U.S. 3-3-2, so no trouble for the Russian. He's through and will meet the winner of the Todd Martin-Goran Ivanisevic match later. Krickstein a good Wimbledon, though, to make it to the second week.
Another 2 sets to love down, comeback win for Krickstein earlier in the event. Keeping the Krickstein myth going, but no such luck today against Kafelnikov, who is an up-and-comer.
I know you like him a lot.
Semi-finalist at the French Open, showing he can play on all surfaces. He's going to be around. Let's hope that he continues to improve. It'll be a real challenge to the Agassis and Sampras, and I think that would be great for tennis. Very likable Russian. Good personality.
30 love.
There's an example of the best returner in tennis right there. Just all reaction right here. Probably took that racket back about 6 inches and followed through another 6, so it was about a 2-foot radius, that whole shot. That appeared to be long, that serve. Both players thought so.
And Agassi finds himself 2 points from a 2-set lead.
Out wide.
Number 6 for Mroz.
Usually see the hardest serves hit out, not out wide, but like that one was, usually up the middle. Mroz had a lot of pace. He hit this one hard out wide.
Sharply angled return by Agassi.
That's where he has problems, though. He's a two-handed, backhanded player. He's got a pretty good slice one back. What was the word? One-handed slice there. I think that's it. Sometimes indecisive about which shot to hit. There's another great return by Andre Agassi.
Advantage Agassi.
Set point.
It's 3 forehands in this game where he's just totally reacted to the Mroz serve and just taking the racket back minimally for set point.
First service.
Agassi won the first set 6-3. It took 30 minutes. The second set, 30 minutes to this point. Agassi had a chance for the set. Last point, wiped away on the serve and volley from Mroz.
He's certainly trying to hit his serve harder right now, that's for sure.
Wasn't close on that second serve. His first double fault. Agassi another set point.
Well, that's usually what happens when you start pressing. Go for too much. Agassi with another set point.
Andre Agassi, 2 sets, his lead over Alexander Mroz, 6-3, 6-3.
In one tragic moment, she lost everything. Joan and Melissa Rivers star as themselves as they rebuild their shattered lives. The Joan and Melissa Rivers story, NBC Tonight.
NBC Tonight. It's 1 full hour of The Fresh Prince and nobody moved. For the first time ever. You've seen my child. See the world premiere of Michael Jackson's newest video, Childhood. You'll be the first to see it. NBC Tonight.
In one tragic moment, she lost everything. Joan and Melissa Rivers star as themselves as they rebuild their shattered lives. The Joan and Melissa Rivers story, NBC Tonight.
It's that time of year again, Visine season. The time for red, burning, irritated eyes. The season when your eyes need all the help they can get. The season for Visine. Of all the eye drops you can buy, Visine is the only one recommended by pharmacists 4-to-1 over any other brand. It's so effective, it gives you 100% of the relief you need. So red, irritated eyes feel 100% refreshed. Remember, it's Visine season. Better get Visine. It gets the red out.
A special investigation, Hollywood LSD, on the next hard copy.
You're watching the championships, Wimbledon, on NBC.
Well, we hope you're enjoying your Monday before our Independence Day tomorrow. We're at Center Court, Wimbledon, Dick Enberg with John McEnroe, and Chris Everett joins us now as we return to Court 2. Mary Jo Fernandez won that tiebreak, 8 points to 6 in the first set, and has breezed here in the second with a 5-1 lead, serves for the match.
And Mary Jo really has been the more solid player.
15
She's
more.
capitalized on Lindsay's errors and also on her slow foot movement, as you see there. Just didn't even try for that ball.
The winner of this match will meet the victor of the Steffi Graf Inez Gorshitegi match, so that figures it'll be Graf awaiting this battle of Americans.
Mary Jo likes playing Steffi Graf if she should win. Remember that tough match at the French? 3 sets. Ooh. Well, that's textbook, really, grass court tennis.
30-15.
Lindsay coming in. The drop shot, really not a great drop shot, but she got away with it, anticipated that shot.
Yeah, Mary Jo Fernandez, a lot of folks rooting for her. She's had more than her share of difficulties. Just 2 years ago, diagnosed with endometriosis, a pelvic disorder, required surgery. She's had other various injuries in her career that probably has taken a bite out of her enormous talent as a young teenager.
And Dick, you know, the last 2 years she's had viruses, like you said, she's been injury prone. In the last 2 years, she has not been able to put 4 tournaments together. Something always happens.
Well, here's a break point for Lindsay Davenport.
Well, it's really to Mary Jo's advantage that she practices with Lindsay, because Lindsay, you know, has the higher ranking, but Mary Jo seems to know her patterns. Unlike other players, that's really helped her this match.
And an ace. Takes her to match point.
Good flat, hard serve down the middle.
Oh, Lindsay acted as though that ball was long.
Game 7 match, Miss Fernandez.
Only prolonged the inevitable Mary Jo Fernandez.
6-1.
7-6, 6-1. Close friends will be able to share this experience for a long time. Mary Jo is through. Possibly a match against Steffi Graf awaits her in the quarterfinals. Other scores today: Jana Novotná, 6-love, 5-7, 6-4. Excuses Nicole Provis-Bratke of Australia. So Graf and Gorshitegi, winner there meets Fernandez. Novotná waits the outcome of De Schwartz and Date. And another final in, Brenda Schultz-McCarthy, the big Dutch server, 6-3, 6-1. Yayuka Bazuki is once again out after 3 wins at Wimbledon. 4 years, she has made all 4 years to the 4th round. And Anka Huber, Sanchez Vicario, one of the more intriguing, contentious matchups today. Winner there will meet Brenda Schultz-McCarthy. The Wimbledon Monday, the second Monday. Oh, how much more tennis could you ever want than what we have to deliver today? We'll be right back.
Here's the best offer of the year on America's best-selling car. Right now, get $1,500 cash back and 5.9% APR financing when you buy a Taurus sedan or wagon, or $2,000 and 5.9 on Taurus SHO. Cash back is also good on red carpet leases. But hurry, because the offer that makes America's best-selling car an even better value ends on July 5th. Ford Taurus.
If you have a septic system and you don't maintain it, there could be a time bomb ticking beneath your house and a backup in your future. Better diffuse that time bomb with maintenance and advanced formula Rid-X septic treatment. Rid-X has super digesters that can liquefy even paper. Grease cut the rate of buildup up to 30%, and it's still all natural and safe for pipes. So diffuse that time bomb with maintenance and Rid-X. Super digestion for more backup protection.
My hair was totally fried. Infusium made a difference like that.
Infusium 23 leave-in treatment. It's the leave-in Beth believes in.
I can finally comb through this hair when it's wet.
It's the leave-in Sherry believes in. Infusium 23 leave-in treatment corrects, restores, structurizes damaged hair. After one use, hair looks healthier.
I believe that it has saved my hair. Infusium is like a miracle.
Infusium 23, the leave-in you'll believe in. Something else to believe in. Infusium shampoo. You'll love it.
Tuesday, celebrate the 4th of July. On Wings, Robert Culp is America's hero astronaut.
Ladies, you want to see my moon rocks?
And it's a pride and joy picnic in the park.
Tell somebody when you get off a seesaw.
Then Frazier and Niles take in their first ball game.
Peanut! How dare you!
The Larry Kid wants to make his own fireworks.
John, you're standing on my foot!
NBC must-see TV, 4th of July, Tuesday.
Stop it!
A moment with the Lawrence brothers at home.
Hey, guys, did you hear that we have our own show on Sunday nights on NBC this fall?
Whoa.
Don't ever say that again. What? What'd I say? You get your own catchphrase, all right?
Joey Lawrence and his real-life brothers star in Brotherly Love, a new comedy Sundays this fall on NBC.
Welcome back. We last saw Andre Agassi winning the second set against Alexander Mroz. He's up 6-3, 6-3. They're on serve. Agassi had 1, 2, 3, 4 chances to break Mroz in the second game, but he held. It's 2-1 on serve in the third. And they're amongst the 13,000 plus around center court are those who have more than just a casual interest in these affairs. Boris Becker being one. He has been assigned to the Jinx court today, court 2, to play the big 6'8" Dick Norman from Belgium.
He's wondering why he's not on center court, just staring into space. And Mroz once again showing some beautiful touch at the net. That's been his best shot today. The touch volley. Set up by this nice deep volley there, which left the court wide open.
Take a look at the men's draw just to familiarize yourself with who might be playing whom down the line. Agassi Mroz will meet the winner of Elting Ferreira. They're playing currently over on court 1 and have split sets. Becker Norman winner against Piolín and Korda.
And Korda showing some nice form, beating 5th seed Michael Chang earlier in the event. Cedric Piolín, don't forget, 1993 U.S. Open finalist.
30-15.
Wayne Ferreira's best surface probably is the grass courts here. He's certainly given his best chance. Never been able to beat Andre Agassi. So if Wayne will win that match, his best opportunity to beat Agassi yet would be here. Assuming, of course, Agassi wins this, which I have a pretty good idea he will.
We'll have a big story if he doesn't.
14-15.
Mroz got an awful high ball toss. But absolutely perfect day to play tennis today. Virtually no wind, so there's no effect on that service toss here. Not too hot. Cloud overhead. Can't ask for anything more as a server.
Well, Mroz wins his game 2-all.
Probably one of the highest tosses in the men's game. Interestingly enough, Steffi Graf got an extremely high toss.
She's up there in Lendl country.
I'm sure they practiced in the past together. And that's taking your eye off the ball right there.
Speaking of Ivan Lendl, who was frustrated by not winning a Wimbledon championship, he fouls it off. You see where he tried to qualify for the U.S. Golf Championship. He's really taking golf that seriously.
guess his bad back isn't preventing him from swinging that club.
Or his allergy to grass.
And there's that big Andre Agassi forehand, putting Mroz on the defensive time and time again.
You need a 2 handicap to even try to qualify for the U.S. Open golf. So Lendl must be playing some very good golf.
Or he may have lied. He may have lied to some people about that. You know, that he had a better than a 2. I'd like to see that.
I'm waiting for you, John. I mean, after all,
it's going to be a long wait. You imagine me on a golf course, Dick? I was tough enough me on the tennis circuit.
Well,
I don't think I'd make it to the tee.
I can, because in my youth, I was the John McEnroe of golf. That's why I took a long hiatus.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Speaking of frustrating games, that golf is, whew. You don't even get to burn any calories. Another double fault for Andre this game.
40-30.
It takes about 4 or 5 seconds between serves, Agassi. He doesn't waste any time. Sometimes that cost him.
Okay, Agassi.
We're on serve in the third, but the #1 seed leads by 2 sets.
Sorry, this trip has to be right at spring break, sweetheart.
That's okay, Dad. Ibuprofen, what happened to Tylenol?
It's not aspirin. I know that irritates my stomach. I thought it was okay, like Tylenol.
Dad, did you read the label? It's not like Tylenol.
Aspirin can irritate your stomach. Doctors will tell you even ibuprofen can irritate your stomach.
Dad, stick with Tylenol.
I will. And I'll see you Thursday.
Thursday? I thought you were coming home Saturday.
I changed my plans.
Tylenol, the pain reliever hospitals use most.
Some people think it's the surface that makes all the difference. We don't. The Wimbledon Performance Shoe. At home, on any court.
Final call.
We've got to move fast, Kirby. I hope you booked Hertz.
Not exactly, but this company's fast.
As fast as Hertz #1 club goal?
Not exactly, but they do have a special place to pick up the car.
Like Hertz?
Not exactly, but it'll be waiting.
Under a canopy?
With the keys in it?
Not exactly.
And protected from the weather?
Not exactly.
In Rent-A-Car, there's Hertz and there's not exactly. Make sure you choose the right one.
Counting on that promotion, Kirby?
No, not exactly.
Arm yourself. Arm yourself. Arm yourself with a different kind of protection. Arm & Hammer Deodorant Antiperspirant. Instead of covering odors, it absorbs and then eliminates them with genuine Arm & Hammer baking soda and keeps you dry. Arm yourself with Arm & Hammer Antiperspirant.
Try it and save $1 with this coupon in Sunday's paper from Arm & Hammer.
Welcome back to Wimbledon, and a look at the match summary. Agassi and Mroz.
Well, both serving reasonably well, around 60%. Both hitting a lot of winners, but look at that. 29 on forced errors to 12 for Andre Agassi, and hasn't been able to take advantage of his breakpoint opportunities. 3 of which occurred in the first game.
Mroz serving 2-3 in the third. Agassi with 3-3 wins in the opening sets.
Love 15.
Andre's had it pretty much his own way. There was a 10 spot, however, in his last match with David Wheaton. They were a set all, and Wheaton was cracking in shots from the baseline, the very equal of Agassi's, before Andre finally broke him late in the third set and went off to a 4-set win.
We talked to Andre yesterday, and he was saying to himself, am I playing this bad, or is this guy playing this good? And Wheaton did clearly pick up the level of his game dramatically. Got himself up a break at 4-3, and just wasn't able to put Andre away in the third set.
30-15.
That's a good play on grass to hit a short volley. Don't always hit the same volley deep, especially against a guy that passes as well as Andre Agassi. Got to keep these guys guessing. Even if it isn't deliberate, you should try different things. See, there's another example, just trying to hit the ball deep. It's better to hit it short, so you don't hit, at least don't miss the volley. And you don't want to bend with your back. You want to bend with your legs when you're getting down to the ball. Mroz had it on that previous volley, bended over and down on his back instead of letting those knees bend. Certainly tougher for taller players to do. Mroz is only about 6'1", 6'2", so he shouldn't have a problem getting down to the ball. Dick Norman, who we've seen a little later, now he may have some problems getting low. 6'8".
Power forward size. And that delicate lob gives Agassi a break point.
He really disguised that well. Looked like he was going to hit a hard passing shot, and suddenly at the last instant, Agassi hit that top spin lob. Break point.
Game Agassi.
Makes it look easy.
You just meet the ball, guide it down the line for winner. It's no problem. Forget the fact that it was a 110-mile-an-hour serve.
Yeah, that's the true beauty of any athletic performance. The great ones do make it look so incredibly easy.
Lost 15. All.
Fourth ace for Agassi.
Well, perfectly placed serve up the middle. He has the type of motion that makes it appear he's serving out wide. You can see Mroz lean to his left. Agassi fooled him with that serve. And that's also the key to a good serve, is when they can't tell where you're hitting. You want to have the same motion for every different type of serve you're going to try, wherever you're going to place it.
Well, that was McEnroe with that Louis T on turn your back to the returner, and tough to read your serve.
Who's that pitcher in the Dodgers now? The Japanese guy? Apparently
he's has that same style where you just don't know where the ball's coming from. Nomo.
That's why I asked you. I didn't want to pronounce it.
Oh, Andre Agassi, a game away from the quarterfinals.
It's a spectacular event. Opening ceremonies for the 1995 Special Olympics World Games. See your favorite stars with host Bob Costas, a primetime special on NBC Wednesday.
NBC tonight. It's America! It's 1 full hour of The Fresh Prince and Nobody Move. For the first time ever.
You've seen my child.
See the world premiere of Michael Jackson's newest video, Childhood. You'll be the first to see it. NBC tonight.
In one tragic moment, she lost everything. Joan and Melissa Rivers star as themselves as they rebuild their shattered lives. The Joan and Melissa Rivers story, NBC tonight.
This is a deep clean. Something most teeth have never felt. Something you can feel now. Introducing Colgate Baking Soda and Peroxide with Tartar Control. Feel the deep clean of baking soda, peroxide, and tartar control tingling deep in tiny crevices, between teeth, and along the gum line. You and your dentist will agree. It's a deep clean that's truly monumental. New Colgate Baking Soda and Peroxide. Feel the Colgate Deep Clean.
Linda Laurel, weeknights at 6 and 10 on News 2 Houston.
The Championships, Wimbledon, brought to you by American Honda, maker of fine quality automobiles, motorcycles, and power equipment. By AT&T, your true choice. By Full View TV, offering up to 350 channels. Full View TV, the satellite system with the best view. And by the Pepsi-Cola Company, who reminds you that nothing else is a Pepsi.
Well, with an easy lead, Brooks Shields following Andre Agassi seems to be breathing rather well. I guess that's been a problem. At least that's what Andre shared with Bud Collins.
The biggest thing with Brooke up there in the audience, I'm trying to teach her when I play to breathe. She doesn't breathe when I play, you know, so I'm working on that, and sometimes it costs me a few points. I think, wow, I hope she's breathing. I know it's a tight moment, but I hope she's, you know, taking a few deep breaths, you know.
Well, anyone who watches someone they care deeply about perform, we hold our breath a lot, whether it's our lover or our children.
Well, she's breathing fine now. It's 6-3, 6-3, 5-2. Couple mishits there by each player.
15 love.
They're wearing matching rings. I don't know the total significance of that, but that was reported today in the papers. And
How about the untotal significance? What's your guess there, Dick?
Well, I thought maybe you would have some insight.
You've been around a long time, haven't you? Oh, he's having fun now.
Exhibition.
Those are the type of shots usually reserved for exhibitions only. That is unique looking, but successful. Neil Moran's got to be feeling a little bit embarrassed now that Agassi pulled that on him. Good reflex there to get up 30-15. That shot was the definition of a slice. Coming right up under it. Imagine if the ball was a clock right at 6 o'clock, right underneath. That's where the racket wants to connect with the ball.
It's a can that bounces back on your side.
Game roll.
Mroz holds. Agassi given the favor of serving it out himself.
Certainly step one for Mroz. At least make Agassi serve this out. The old cliche, and anything can happen. Probably won't, but...
At least if Agassi does win this game, Mroz will be able to remember the score.
That's true.
3-3-3 is what he's working on. Yet to come here at center court. Last match on this show court will be Pete Sampras and Greg Rosetsky. Rosetsky, Canadian, who announced a couple of months ago that he was going to play for England, including Davis Cup, and has been immediately adopted. The big audience here at center court is ready to really wave the Union Jack and cheer for him. Biggest match of his life.
And that's too good. They're not too happy with Greg Rosetsky in Canada, however. This is sort of seems a pretty dodgy move, they believe, and I think they have something to complain about there. Certainly the fact that he's playing Davis Cup for Britain is a farce, in my opinion.
Love, Agassi holds a match game. Take a deep breath and enjoy it. Quarterfinals, he will meet either Wayne Ferreira or Jaco Elting. Alexander Mroz. Wimbledon ends 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. 1 hour and 35 minutes for Agassi to win his 22nd Grand Slam match out of 23.
Well, No surprise here, obviously, but Mroz did well. I think he played the best he could. I'm sure there were parts that he could have done better, but all in all, a good effort by the young German.
About the Duchess.